Hey everybody, it's your girl Lady J, and you are tuned into another episode of the Business Banger Spotlight Show right here on JQLM Radio, division of Ego Entertainment Network. And of course, we have an amazing guest for you today, another business banger. But before we get into that, we must get those formalities out of the way. So if this is your first time tuning in to the Business Banger Spotlight Radio Show, right here on JQLM Radio, or your first time tuning in to the radio station, and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, this is what you would say. If this is your first time tuning into the show or to JQLM Radio and you would like to share with your family, friends, and followers on all the different ways that they can tune in, be sure to tell them to download the JQLM Radio app on their Apple or Android devices. You can also listen live to JQLM Radio 24/7, 365 via Amazon Alexa, TuneIn app, the Stream and Simple Radio app, and a host of other platforms of which you can find located on our website, where you can also listen live at egoentertainmentnet.com. Also, don't forget to follow, like, and share us. We do follow back. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at JQLM Radio. You can also connect with Ego Entertainment Network at EgoEntNet. That's EgoEntNet on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter also. Also, connect with us on LinkedIn at Ego Entertainment Network. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our YouTube channel, Ego TV Network, at youtube.com/Ego TV Network. All right, now that we have those formalities out of the way, let's welcome our guest, Nisha B, to the show. She is the owner of This and That Enterprise. How are you?
I'm finding you. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you for agreeing to be a guest on the show today. So, your company is called This and That. But before we get into that, can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you like to do in your spare time?
You should be. I'm from Philly, born and raised by a single mother. I'm an actress, entrepreneur, author, and many more.
Awesome. All right. And so before you became an entrepreneur, what were you doing?
Before I became an entrepreneur, I was basically focusing on school and working 9 to 5 jobs. I started working jobs at the age of 13.
Okay. And what transpired that made you say to yourself, I think I need to start my own business?
When I lost my job due to personal issues.
Okay. And how was that transition for you?
Um, it, a lot has happened, good and bad. When I lost my job due to personal issues, um, I knew right there and then that I knew I had to be my own boss. So once I started creating charm bracelets, that's when I knew that it was time for me to go ahead and put my business out there and get creative with my skills and show the world what I could do, so I could be my own boss.
Okay. So, and a lot of people, when they start a business, a lot of people just, if they have a great idea or they know how to do something, they will, do that and then slap a price on it and just sell it. So there's a business aspect, of course, to being an entrepreneur, to make sure that your organizational operational structure and stuff like that is in place. So tell me, what has been the greatest challenge in operating a business?
Oh my God, whew. It's a lot of challenges that comes with it, especially with dealing with people, because it could be very, very hard. Like you can have people that want stuff for free. You can have people that don't want to support you, that they're getting it for free. You have
Hmm.
people that only show favoritism on who they want to support and not support. So it comes with a lot of challenges. It's very hard. It can be very stressful.
Right. And yes, I'm pretty sure all of us entrepreneurs agree with that. So, as far as your business, the name, where did that come from? This and That Enterprise.
It actually came from one of my friends on Lala. She actually had came up with the name.
Oh, okay. And what all does that entail?
Um, can you give me an example of that? Like, do you mean
The
like
company, what
products?
yeah, what all does the company provide?
So it's a fashion brand. It provides clothing for all, for men, kids, women, and it also comes with jewelry collection. It started with the charm bracelets, and I worked my way up from that.
Okay, and what is your I'll say mission or vision for this and that?
Um, my mission is just to make sure that the brand has something that everybody can afford. Because you got a lot of, fashion brands that not affordable. So I want to make sure that it's comfortable and affordable for everyone.
Okay, awesome. And is there room for people to, let's say, come on to be ambassadors, or is this just something that you push, on social media, or are any of those, or are there any other opportunities available?
Right now, it's just a small business that I had threw out there for social media. That's to see if it's something that I really want to take on in life, or
Mhm.
is it something that I just want to do as a hobby.
Okay, all right. And so, how long have you been in business?
I started on and off. I actually started when I was 18 with a nonprofit organization, Front Heart Foundation. I started with that to give back to the community, and then I put it on hold and started this and that enterprise actually last year in February.
Okay, and what would you say your according to your definition or your goals that you wanted to reach when you started this, when you set them? What would you say has been your greatest success thus far?
My greatest success so far with the business is actually that when I first started, I didn't expect for it to go this big. It still
Mhm.
got some ups and downs. I'm still trying to get it off the ground. Right now, it's slow because there's a lot going on. But my greatest success is basically seeing that a lot of people love what the products that I have put out there. So that's the most greatest one.
Okay, awesome. And how can people patronize your business?
What was that? I can hear you.
How can people patronize your business? How can they shop with you?
They actually could shop with me online on Instagram at this and that enterprise.
Okay, so they go to Instagram to shop with you.
Yes, on the website, I have a website coming, it's still being developed. So right now, everybody could just direct message me on this and that enterprise.
Okay, and what would you say has been your greatest, let's say, lesson in starting your own business, and what tips can you share with somebody else who may be wanting to start a business?
The greatest lesson, I would have to say is actually pushing myself forward because there were times where I had doubted myself about going into business because I wasn't sure about it, and I kept letting everybody get the best of me. I was letting my fears get in the middle of it. So my best thing is to tell people, don't worry about what people say, and because everybody got their own opinion, just do what you love and keep yourself successful by thriving and keep it pushing forward. It's going. You will have ups and downs, bumps in the roads, but at the end of the day, you take those mistakes and you learn from it.
Right, right, awesome. So now that you've been in business for, let's see, you said you started in February or last February?
Last year in February.
Last year February. So now that you've been in business for a little over a year, like a year and a half, how does that make you feel knowing that you've been consistent with it and it's continued to grow? What would you say you're leaning more towards as far as turning it into a full fledged business or keeping it as a side hustle?
Um, I'm actually leaning towards keeping it as a side hustle. go forward with it as a career thing because I see that business is where I stand at. Besides writing and acting, business is really going good and it's really getting me where I want to be in life. So I do look forward to making it as a full time thing.
Okay, awesome. And what are some of the things that you would say have been the highlights of having your own business? I know for some people they like the freedom, being able to make their own hours and things of that sort. So what would you say has been some of your greatest highlights? Because we know that running a company or a business is very, challenging, it's difficult, it has its ups and downs. Some days you want to quit. So what would you say has been the greatest highlight?
It's very, very, yeah, running a business can be very challenging. I like that I could be my own boss and I could set my own hours because due to me having severe health issues, my schedule always had to be flexible. So
Mm,
that is a very good so you want to go into business, that's a very good option because you get your set your own hours. You could be your own boss. You free. You ain't gotta listen to nobody else,
hmm.
and it's
Awesome.
just an amazing feeling.
Awesome. Yes. Freedom and being able to run your own company, having freedom to, make your own hours and things of that sort is definitely a plus. We are going to take a commercial break so we can recognize one of our sponsors. But you guys stick and stay. Don't go anywhere. You are tuned into the Business Banger Spotlight Show with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio, a division of Ego Entertainment Network. We'll be right back. What if you had the ability to encourage yourself just by putting on a piece of clothing? It's possible when you shop GDFAM. God didn't forget about me apparel. Shop dresses, t-shirts, sets, jumpsuits, sweatsuits, and more for men and women. When you look good, you feel good. And when you can remind yourself that you have not been forgotten, you feel great. Shop GDFAM now at GodDidn'tForgetAboutMe.com. Music. Powerful Advertising Track by Anton Vlasov on Pixabay.com. All right, and we are back. That was GDFAM, God Didn't Forget About Me apparel line, and that is owned by none other than Miss Shan White out of Atlanta, Georgia. So shout out to them. Thank you for being a sponsor of the Business Banker Spotlight Show and JQLM Radio. And so before the break, we have been talking to Nisha B of This and That Enterprise. And she has been sharing with us some of the challenges and the lessons that she's learned, gave some advice to those who may be thinking about starting their own business or brand. And so we are coming down to the last 2 minutes. Nisha B, I want to thank you so much again for being my guest. Can you tell everyone one more time how they can connect with you and shop with you?
Yes, thank you for having me once again. You can follow me on Instagram at this and that enterprise, and my personal one is Nisha B ITZNECIA and the letter B as a boy.
Awesome. So y'all heard her, This and That Enterprise. That's this, the letter N, and that Enterprise. Make sure y'all go check her out. And don't forget, y'all, that, you know, this entrepreneur journey is not easy. All right. But as long as you stick with it, you stay consistent and push through, be resilient and dedicated, success is inevitable. So, with that being said, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Business Banker Spotlight Show with your girl, Lady J, right here on JQLM Radio. And I would encourage you guys to go ahead and keep banging in business. Until next time.